Okay, hi. Okay, today we are going to look at Nanhua, right? Nanhua mid-year exam, which is 2021. All right, so I will be unable to come online today to give a live lesson, right? Because I'll be giving a math lecture to all my students. All right, so this will be a recorded lesson, right? A recorded video for you to check your answers. So hopefully you have done all your questions already, and then you just look through the video and then find your mistakes and then understand how to correct the mistakes. Okay, so let's look at question one. All right, and question one, so we will go through slowly again, just to make sure that you understand the concepts and the methods and the shortcuts, right? How to use the shortcuts to do faster. So what is the value of 5 million? Okay, 5,055,505. So if the number is very big, right, the words are, they contain big numbers. Then what do? Then you may want to break up, right? Write every part of the sentence, write every part of the number into, or write every part into a numeral. For example, 5 million, right? 5 million, you just write as a numeral, and then 55,000, right? There's a comma there. So when there's a comma there, that is a numeral. So 55,000, right? So that is your second numeral. And then you have 505. So that can be two numerals, 505, or you can put them together, 505. Okay, so if you can't get the number in your head, then what do? You just break up into different numerals, all right, into all these, and then you just plus them together, and you will get 5055 and 505. All right, so that's your answer. And then you look at the 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, the digits are quite close to the answer, so you have to be careful that you don't put down the wrong answer. So I think 5055, 505. So your answer is number 4. Okay. All right. Question number 2. Which of the following is a common multiple of 4 and 6? There's a shortcut over here. So instead of writing 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on, we can actually do something faster. You can put down 4 and 6. And the shortcut is to look at the bigger number, right? Look at the bigger number and find the multiples of the bigger number. So 12 is the multiple of 6. So can 12 divide by 4? Can. So which means that your 12 is a common multiple, right? 12 is a common multiple of 4 and 6, which is answer number 3. Okay, question number 3, how to divide fractions with whole numbers. You take 3/4, divide by 4. So you will have to change the whole number into a fraction, right? And then what do? And then you keep, change, and flip. Keep the first fraction, change the divide to times, and then flip. Okay, flip the fraction upside down, and you will get 3/16, right? 3/16. So your answer will be number 1. Okay, number 1. Okay, let's go to question number 4. All right. Okay, before that, let me just double check to make sure that all the answers are correct before we go on. Okay, so the answer on the answer key is 4, 3, and 1. Okay, let me just have a quick check. 4, 3, and 1. Okay, so that's correct. Okay, let's go to the next page. And what do we have? So express 5/8 as a decimal. So is there a shortcut over here? Yeah, there's a shortcut. Because if you don't know the shortcut, then you will have to do your dividing. 5 divided by 8, which is take a long time. So over here, what's the shortcut? You can change the denominator 8 into 1,000. All right, so to convert to decimal, you try to make the denominator into 100, into a 10, 100, or 1,000, and then it'll be easier to get your decimal. So you take 8 times 125, and then 5 times 125, and you will get your equivalent fraction. So let me just do a quick calculation. So you have 5 times 125, you will get 625. So 625 over 1,000. And once your denominator is 1,000, then your decimal will be 0.625. So that's a shortcut, which you can do faster, right? Instead of doing the long division. All right, question number 5. How do you divide a fraction by another fraction? So you divide 1/3 by 1/9. So you keep the first fraction, change the divide to times, and flip the second fraction upside down. And you will get 3 divided by 3 is 1, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So you have 1 times 3, and then 1 times 1. So your answer will be 3/1, or 3 divided by 1, and you get 3. Okay, the next one, question number 6. All right, simplify the following expression. So you circle the groups, right? So we have done this quite a few times. So you circle the groups and you put the groups with the same kind together. Like for example, 15M, you put together with the same, with another group of the same type, which is the M also, right? Minus 9M. And you put the groups with the whole numbers together. So plus 12, and then there's a minus 8. Okay, then you can work out already. So 15m minus 9m will be 6m plus 12 minus 8 will be 4. So you get 6m plus 4, which is answer number 4. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let me have a quick check to see on the answer key whether is it correct. So you have 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let me have a look. 2, 3, 4, and the answer key is correct. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question number 7, right? So given that the height of triangle ABC, so what triangle are you looking at? You are looking at this triangle. So make sure you highlight the triangle that you're looking at, and the height is DC. So this is the height, right? The height, let's call it, okay, the height. Then where is the base? So where's the base? The base has to be right angle to the height. So you just have to take your ruler, okay? Take your ruler and what do? And you just put the ruler on the heights, okay? Put the ruler on the heights like this, and move the ruler along the heights, and look for a line that is parallel with the ruler or same side with the ruler, and you will see a line, okay? But is the answer AD? No, it's not AD, because AD will be the entire line that you see, all right? The entire blue line. But if you look carefully, the base is actually over here, which is your AB, not the entire line, which is AD. Like some of you put AD, but cannot be AD because this is not part of the triangle. So your answer is only AB. AB is the base of the triangle. So you have to be careful that you look at the correct side of the base. You look at the correct side of the triangle, all right? Because the base is one of the 3 sides of the triangle. So this is a bit too long already. Okay, this line is out of the triangle. So that is not the base. Okay, so let me just erase this part. And okay, let's continue. So question number 8. And what is the least number of squares that must be shaded so that the line XY is a line of symmetry? Okay, so let's look at the line of symmetry. You can see there's 1 square opposite each other, and over here there's 1 square. Then over here must be another 1 more square. So you must color 1 square, right? 1 square, and there's a square over here on the other side. You need to color another square. So there are 2 squares that you must color, and then over here there's 1 square. Opposite side there's no square, so you must color that one as well. So there are altogether 3 squares that you must color. Or let me just color it so that you can see more clearly. Okay, so over here, 1 square, you must color that. And here also must color, right? Must color this 1 square. And then over here, you also color this square. So now you have a symmetric, right? You have a symmetric figure. So there are 3 squares that you must color. So question 8, answer number 3. Okay, let's go to the next one. And question 9, in the square grid below, Ray is at point S facing the playground. So he is over here, point S facing the playground, right? Okay, before you solve the problem, you will need to draw your compass completely, right? Draw your compass clearly. So your north, south, west, and east, and you will need to put the 8-point compass. So your northeast, then your southeast, southwest, and your northwest. Okay, then you read the question. Oh, by the way, we can also put the compass onto the diagram. All right, how do we put the compass onto the diagram? So Ray is right in the middle of the compass. So you can actually do something like this. So I'm going to draw the middle of the compass like this. So Ray is right in the middle, right? And he's now facing the playground, right? And I can also draw what? I can also draw an 8-point compass inside here. 8-point compass. Make sure the diagonal line cuts the square into half. So over here, you can see that there's something like that. So you actually draw the compass right in the diagram. Okay, now we can try to find where will he be facing. So if he makes a 1/4 turn in the clockwise direction, so where is the clockwise 1/4 turn from the playground in the clockwise direction? And then he make another 135 degrees turn in an anti-clockwise direction. So you break up the 135 degrees into smaller numbers, 90 and 45. And what do you get? So 90 anti-clockwise plus another 45 degrees backwards. So he will be facing the pond because the arrow is touching the line that is facing the pond. Okay, so he'll be facing the pond, which is answer number 3. Okay, so let me have a quick check on the answer key. Yes, correct, answer number 3. Okay, question number 10. Right, number 10, Mrs. Chang bought a cake. she ate 1/4, and this fraction is talking about the cake. Her sister ate 5/12 of the same cake. So the two fractions are talking about the same thing. So you can make the denominator the same, or you can plus them, you can minus them, because when you add or subtract fractions, you are also making the denominator the same. So when do you do that? When they are both talking when the two fractions are talking about the same thing, then you can make the denominator the same. So what fraction of the cake was left? So what do? You can actually do something quite fast without the model drawing. If you know how to do, then we don't have to draw the model. So you take 1 whole. 1 whole is 12/12. Okay, 1 whole. All right. So 1 whole is 12/12. That is 1 whole cake. She ate 1/4. So you minus 1/4, and the sister ate 5/12. And then you make the denominator the same. Right, you can only do that when the fractions are talking about the same kind, right, the same thing. Then 12/12 minus 3/12 minus 5/12, and you get the fraction that was left. So 12 minus 3 is 9, 9 minus 5 is 4/12, and the simplest form, 4 divided by 4 is 1, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So 1/3 of the cake was left. So answer number 2. Okay, so these are all 1 mark questions, considered not very hard, right? They are actually quite easy to get your marks. Okay, let's go to question 11, the 2 mark question. So Leroy and Davina shared $26p. Leroy has 4p less than Davina. If p equal to 6, how much money does Leroy have? So what can we do? We can actually find how much they have or how much they share, because 26p is also 26 times 6, right? 26 times 6. So what is 26 times 6? That will be $156. So they share $156, right? And Leroy has 4p lesser. So 4 times 6. Yeah, 4 times 6, that will be $24 lesser. Okay, so let me just put down, what should we put? Okay, let me just put down here. 4 times 6 is $24 lesser. Okay, then we can draw a simple model, because if you're not sure how to do, then you draw the model. Why do you draw a model? Because there's a less than, right? Comparison model. So Leroy has lesser than Davina. So Davina will have longer rectangle, and together they have $156, right? 156, and Leroy has $24 lesser, right? So Leroy has $24 lesser. So can we find how much money does Leroy have, which is the shorter box here? So you take 156 minus 24, right? You cut away 24 and then divide by 2, right? So 156 cut away 24 and then divide by 2, you will get 66. So over here will be $66 and here also $66. So Leroy has how much money? So Leroy has $66. Answer number 2. Right, question 11, answer is 2. Okay, so what's the lesson here? Now the lesson here is to draw a model. If you do not know how to continue or how to do, why do you draw the model? Because there is a less than or more than. Okay, question number 12, 4/9 fraction. 4/9 is talking about the people, right, at the carnival, and they were adults and the rest were children. The boys was twice the girls. What was the ratio of the boys to the adults? Okay, so we can draw model, right? There's a method, model method, or we can use ratio method. Since the answer is ratio, then let's use ratio method. So to use ratio method, you will need to label clearly what's your ratio. So you have the adults, which is 4, and the children must be 5, because the people, right? 4/9 of the people. So the people, which is the total, right? People, that will be altogether 9. So when you draw the model, it's the same. There are 9 boxes of people, 4 boxes are adults, and the rest are children. And the boys was twice the girls. So the boys was 2 times of the girls. So you can also convert the twice as many into ratio. And what do you call this? you need to call them children. So you can see that be very clear with the labels, because if there are children, then you need to put down the boys and girls. And what do they refer to? They refer to the children. Because if you don't have these children, which is the total, then you will be stuck, right? You'll be stuck on how to continue, right? But once you have these children, right, in these 2 ratio, then you can see that they are the same group, but the numbers are different. So you will need to make equal. So you have to times 3, and then this one will be times 5. So the entire ratio times 5, and this one will be times 3, and you times 3. Okay, so what do you get? You will get 12 is to 15 is to 27. This will be 10 is to 5 is to 15. So once you make the children equal, you can call them the same name, call them units. So the two ratios will all be units. Okay, and then of course you can cancel, you can ignore the old ratios. All right, so let's look at the new ratios and get the ratio of boys. What's the ratio of boys to the adults? Adults is 12. So you have 10 is to 12. So what is 10 is to 12? So 10 is to 12, and you get your simplest form, which is divide by 2 and divide by 2. 5 is to 6. So answer number 3. Okay, so question 12, the answer is number 3. Okay, let me just have a quick check, and the answer is correct. Okay, the answer is correct. Okay, question number 13. Now, in the figure below, you have a AB is a straight line, and a straight line is important because it tells you what? That angle on the straight line is 180 degrees. So where is your 67 degrees? Your 67 degrees is actually over here. Okay, so can you find what is BOD, which is the question mark? All right, so what is the question mark over here? Okay, now what you can do is you look for easy angles that you can find. Is there any easy angle? Yes, I can, because there's a straight line. So this is 142. So this angle here must be what? Must be 180 minus 142. Yep. Okay, or let me just draw a bit closer to the, this angle is 180 minus 142, and you get 38. Okay, so let me just put 38 degrees. And where is 67 degrees? Now, 67 degrees is the entire angle here, the black color angle. You take 67 minus 38 to get the question mark, and you will get 29 degrees. So your question mark is 29 degrees, answer number 1. Okay, let's go to the next one, question number 14. And 14. Mr. Stowe prepared 3 liters of lemonade. He drank 250 ml of lemonade and poured the rest equally into 5 bottles. How much lemonade was there in each bottle? Give your answer in liters. Now, because it's a paper 1, so there's no calculator. So we try to avoid decimals. We try to avoid working with decimals. So what we will do is, we change them into whole numbers, right? How do we change them? If you look carefully, there's a liter here and there's an ml there. So the first thing that you need to take note is you must make them all the same units, right? Make them all the same units so that when you add or minus, they are in the same units. So your 3 liter or 3000 ml, right? And they are whole numbers already, right? 3000 and 250, they are whole numbers. So you can easily work with whole numbers. You just have to minus, right? Minus another whole number. So avoid decimal because whole numbers are easier to work with. And you will get, what do you get? 3000 minus 250, you will get 2750 ml, which is the leftover. And then you pour into 5 bottles. So you take 2750 and you divide by 5 to get how much in 1 bottle. So you can cover the zeros, all right? And you take 275 divided by 5. And what do you get? 275 divided by 5. And you do your working carefully, you will get 55 and put back the 0. So 1 bottle is 550 ml. And how do you convert to liters? To convert to liters, you will have to divide by 1000. Okay, so from ml to liters. All right, small to big. All right, small to big units, you have to divide by 1000. And how to divide by 1000? You have to create a decimal point for the whole number. Then you shift the decimal point to the left, 1, 2, and 3. And your decimal point is above the arrowhead. And now you get 0.550 or 0.55. So how much, all right, how much in 1 bottle? 0.55 liters, which is answer number 2. Right, number 2, because 0.55 is the same as 0.550, same. Okay, question 15, right, question 15, and what do we have? The graph shows the number of books sold in a shop. So when you have a bar graph, you will need to put the numbers on the bar first before you can solve. So to do that, you need to find the gaps. So how many gaps are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 units or 4 gaps, and you take 20 minus 0. So how big is 4 gaps? 4 gaps is 20. So 1 gap will be 20 divided by 4. That's 5. All right, then you start putting numbers on every bar. So Friday will be how many? Friday will be in the middle here, which is 150, right? 150. And then Thursday will be 60, right? 60. And then your Wednesday will be in the 90, all right, 90, and then your Tuesday will be 50, and then your Monday will be 120. So this is the first thing that you must do, to put the numbers on the bar graph. So what's the average number of books sold from Monday to Thursday? So you got to be careful. It's only from Monday to Thursday, not all the days. So you will need to do what? You will need to look at Monday plus Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday only. Plus them together, and what do you get? So if you plus them together, you will get 60 plus 90, and then plus 50 plus 120. You get the total, which is 320. And how do you get average? To find average, you always need to divide. So you take the total and divide by how many days. So average is always to do with dividing. If you never divide, you did not find average. So the average is what? 80, right? 80. So answer will be number 4. Okay, let me double check. So what's the answer? Okay, hang on. Let me just have a quick check to make sure that our answer is correct. Okay, this is question number 15, and the answer is 4. Yes, correct. Okay, so we are done with the first half of the paper 1. So let's move on to the 16 to 20, the easy ones. Okay, now you have 4 operations. So what do? You always do the bracket. The bracket is the most important. So you take 96 minus 30 divide by 6 times 12. All right, so do step by step. And then you have, which one do you do first? You have minus, divide, and times. So you do the divide. So 96 minus 5, and then you times 12. Okay, so every time you do one step at a time, the centers get shorter and shorter. Right? That is what is supposed to happen, right? Finally, until you get the answer. So you have minus and times. So what do you do now? You do the times. So 96 minus 60. And finally, you get your answer here. All right, so what's the value? The value is 36. Okay, let's double check. Question 16, correct. Okay, question 17. What are the common factors of 20 and 36? Now, to find the common factors, don't do mentally. Write down what you have learned in P4. 1 times 20, and then 2 times 10. So you have to do all this. And then 3 cannot. 4 times 5. And then 5 times 4, which is repeated. Right? 4 times 5, 5 times 4 is the same. Then you go to 36. 1 times 36. And then 2 is still a factor. If you're not sure, you take 36 divided by 2. And you will get 2 times 18. And then 3 a factor. Then you take 3 times 12, which is 36. And then 4 times 9, also 36. And 5 cannot. So 6 times 6, 36. And there's a repeated factor, so you can stop. And then you circle the common factors. So there'll be 1, and then you have 2, and then you have 4, and then you have what else? I think there's no more already, right? So 1, 2, and 4. So your common factors are 1, 2, and 4. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 18. That's a time. That's a 24-hour clock. Joshua started facing a puzzle at 1925. Now, if you find that 24-hour clock is a bit confusing, then you change it to what? Change it to a 12-hour clock. So 1925, the hour is 12 and bigger. If you look at the hour, you can see that the hour is 12 and bigger, right? Greater than 12. So that will be PM. Then you take 19 minus 12, work backwards, minus 12, you get 7. 7:25 p.m., which is nighttime. And he completed the puzzle in 45 minutes. So what time did Joshua complete the puzzle? And your answer must be 24-hour clock. Okay, so let's draw a timeline. So have a timeline. The method is a timeline, all right, so that you don't get confused and everything is clear, all right? Everything is clear in the timeline. So you write down 7:25 p.m. and you need to jump 45 minutes. So you get your nearest hour, which is, okay, like you want to jump 45 minutes, right? If it's a bit hard to jump so many minutes, then you get your nearest hour, which is 35. How do you know that? Because 8 o'clock, all right? From 7:25 to 8 o'clock, there's 35 minutes later. And how do you know that? You take 00, which is 60, right? Every time you see 00, that is like a 60 minutes minus 25, you get 35, right? 35 minutes. And then you jump another 10 more minutes. So 35 plus 10, that will give you 45 minutes. And you will get 8:10 p.m. And you need to change it to 24-hour clock. So this is PM. If this is PM, then you must add 12 to the hour. 12 plus 8 will be 20:10, right? 20:10. Okay, All right, let's go to question 19 and bar graph again. What's the difference between the green and the red beads that Aisha collected? So again, you have to count the gaps before you can put the numbers on the bars. So there are 5 gaps of 5 units, which is 20 minus 0, you get 20 again. So 1 gap is 4. Okay, then red will be 64. Blue will be, you can work backwards, 40, 36, 32. So working backwards, you will get 32. And then green will be 40, 44, 48, and 52, right? 52. So your green is 52. Okay, then what is the difference between the green and the red? You just take 64 minus 52, right? So what do you have? 64 minus 52, you will get the difference, which is 12, right? 12. So question 19, answer is 12. Okay, how about this? Now, how to get the missing number? It's also similar to ratio. How do you get the missing number in the ratio? You will need to get your simplest form. All right, similar to ratio. Some of you are unable to get the missing number because you cannot somehow you just can't get the answer, right? So to do that, you will have to get simplest form, 8 divided by 2, 12 divided by 2, right? And then continue to simplify your ratio, your fraction, 4 divided by 2, and 6 divided by 2. Use the simplest form to get your missing number. So you always have the simplest form, right? Start with the simplest form and use that to get your missing number, which is 3 times 3 and then 2 times 3. So your missing number is 6, right? 6 over 9. Okay, got it? All right, question 21. So let's go to the 2 mark questions already. So there are 7 shaded squares in the figure. Shade 2 more squares to form a symmetric figure. All right, same thing. There's a square on this side. Opposite, there's also a square. There's a triangle. Opposite, there's a triangle. There's a square here. Opposite, there's no square. So you will need to color. Okay, then this one, there's a square. And the opposite, there is no square. So I have to color this one. And then finally, the 2 squares are opposite each other. So these are the 2 squares that you must color. Okay, question 22. Use the line AB provided and construct the angle ABC. So you will need to have a protractor. So this one, you need protractor. And this is a P4, right? P4 question. All right, so where do you put your protractor? You have to put your protractor at the point B, the center of the protractor at point B, because that's where the angle is at point B, like this, okay? And then which 0 do you look at? You look at the 0 on the left side because the left side is the black line, right? The line is on the left side of the protractor. And then you look at the 0 and you start looking for 140. So from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way until here. All right, so there's a 140 there. Put a little marking there. Okay, once you're done that, then you will need to let go your protractor and use a ruler now. So you will need a ruler. All right, so you need a ruler and whatever drawing that you're doing, you will need to make sure that you are using a pencil, right? Pencil eraser, no pen for any drawings. And then put the ruler slanted, all right, slant the ruler and make sure it touch the marking and touch the point B. Something like this, okay? Something like this. So you have to touch the marking and touch the point B as well. And that will be your angle. And of course, it's not totally done yet because you will need to label, right? Label your angle ABC and then draw the curve angle, all right? Draw the curve line and you put down 140 degrees. And that's your angle, right? That's how you construct the angle, all right? And of course, if the teacher measure and get 139, right? If the teacher measure the angle and get 139 or 141, you are also correct because there's a plus and minus 1. Okay, so you have a plus and minus 1 range of answers. Okay, question 23. Let's go on to the next one. Sama bought 5 mangoes and 4 apples for $13.80. An apple costs 60 cents less than a mango. Find the cost of each mango. Okay, so how do we do this? You can actually draw a model, right? Stacking model, right? Why stacking model? Because you have 5 mangoes, you can stack up, and 4 apples, you can stack down. So if I draw the model, it will be something like this. But before you can draw the stacking model, you must draw your comparison model, right? You must draw your comparison model first before you can stack up. And why comparison model? Because there are two kinds of fruits. So you have the apple cost less than the mango, right? So let me just draw a bit lower. Okay, apple, cost less than the mango. So something like that, okay? And the apple cost 60 cents lesser, all right? And she bought 5 mangoes. Okay, I don't really have a lot of space here. So if you were to draw your stacking model, so you have 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there are 5 mangoes that you can see, right? And this will be your 60 cents, 60 cents, 60 cents, and 60 cents. And what do you call the boxes on the left side? You call them units. And how many apples did she buy? She bought 4 apples. So you stack up. All right, stack up. And you have 4 apples now. And what do you call the boxes? You call them 1 unit as well. And what's the total money that she spent? She spent $13.80. All right, that's a stacking model. Right, stacking model. So when do we draw stacking model? When you see many of one type, right? Yes, you see 5 mangoes, right? And you see 4 apples, you can stack up, right? But to stack up, before you can stack up, what must you do? Like what I told you just now, you must start with a comparison model. Right, start with a comparison model. You must know how much is 1 apple first, and you must know how much is 1 mango. Then you stack up and stack down. Okay, then what do you do? Then you add up all the 60 cents, which is $3. And how many units do you see on the model? You will see 9 units. So 9 units is how much? You take $13.80 and you minus your $3. Okay, because 60 cents times 5, that will be $3. And that will give you how much? That will give you $10.80. Then you find 1 unit. Okay, 1 unit. So how to avoid decimals? You convert to cents, then become whole numbers already. Then you take 1,080 cents divided by 9, and you will get how much? So 1,080 cents divided by 9, you will get 120 cents. And then you change it back to dollars and cents. So how much is 1 mango? So 1 mango is $1.20, which is 1 unit, plus another 60 cents. So 1 mango must be $1.80. Okay, that's how you get the cost of 1 mango. All right, stacking model. Of course, do I need to draw a model? If I know how to do, then you don't need to draw if you know how to do already. Okay, let's go to number 24, the age. Okay, the age of a cube is 9 cm. Okay, let me just erase the model because it's covering the question. So the age of the cube, it means the side. All right, the side of the cube is 9 cm. And what do you know about cube? Every side of the cube is 9 cm, every side. So can we find the volume? To find the volume, that'll be 9 cm times 9 and times 9, right? So 9 times 9, 81. 81 times 9 will be 729 centimeter cube. So the volume of the cube is 729. Okay, 729 centimeter cube. Okay, let's go to the next one, question 25. Now you have a line graph. Okay, line graph is the same as bar graph. You will need to put the numbers on the line. So how do we do that? Okay, this one there's no gap. So it's a little easier to find. This corner or these dots is in between 140 and 160. That'll be 150. And then April is 180. And then your May is 160. And then your June is 100. And then your July will be 140. Okay, so the graph shows the amounts of money Radon spent each month from March to July. So what was the average amount of money Radon spent per month from March to July? So to find the average, you need to find the total money first. So you take March all the way plus all the months until July. So what is the total? So add them all together, right? Add them all together, you will get how much? So you take 150 plus 180 plus 160 plus 100 plus 140, and the total is $730. All right, $730, and that is not average. That's only the total. So to get the average, you will need to divide by how many months are there. So there are 5 months, so divide by 5, you will get the average, which is $146. And that's the average. So if you never divide, you did not find average. Okay, so let's go to the next one, question number 26, which is a drawing construction. All right, A, B, and BC are 2 sides of a trapezium. So what do you know about trapezium? Trapezium is a 4-sided figure, and it has 2 lines that are parallel, right? It can be like this. It can also be like this. All right, so just have to understand, you need to understand what is a trapezium before you can do the drawing. And your AB is parallel to DC. And the length of AB is 2/3 the length of CD. So which means that your AB is 2 units, right? 2 units. And your CD has to be 3 units. So can you complete the trapezium by drawing the other 2 sides? Okay, by drawing the other 2 sides in the graph, right? In the grid, and you need to label. Okay, now before you do the drawing, you need to do a rough sketch, right? A rough sketch so that you don't mess up your actual drawing. So do a rough sketch. And how to do a rough sketch? You copy what you see on the drawing, which is AB, and then this is your BC, right? BC, right? Okay, so you just reproduce. Okay, just draw what you see on the drawing, on the question. And then you know that AB is parallel to CD. So your CD must be something like this, right? Parallel, right? Something like that. And the length of AB is 2 units, right? 2 units. And your CD must be 3 units. So your CD must be something like this, 3 units, right? This is your CD. Then you join. Okay, something like that. Or it could be something like that as well, right? It could also be like that. So we don't know. So it's something like this. Okay, so let's now count the AB. How many units are there? So this is the starting dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there are 4 units there. So if there are four gaps, okay, 4 gaps, okay, 4 gaps, then what happened? If there are 4 gaps, then your CD must be how many gaps? Your CD must be how many gaps? Well, 2, all right. Can you see the 2? 2, okay, this 2, right? This 2 is 4 unit. Then 3, right? 3 will be how many units? 3 will be, so you take 4 divided by 2. Okay, or should I call parts? Okay, parts. Maybe I should call it parts, right? So that you're not confused. Okay, maybe let me just change it, okay, because I think some of you are confused of what I'm doing. Let me just change this to something easier. Okay, let me just erase all this, make it easier for you, right? Because the whole idea of this lesson is to ensure that you understand what I'm doing. Because if you don't understand what I'm doing, then this whole lesson fails, right? Means you it means you don't get anything from all of this lesson. Okay, let me try again. So AB is 2. Let me just put 2. Okay, 2. Instead of putting 2 units or two parts, I just put 2 with a circle, and then 3. All right, CD is 3. Okay, then I count from A to B on the question paper. Right, on A to B, there are how many gaps? There are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Four gaps. Let's call it 4 units. Okay, 4 units. Okay, all right. So my 2 is 4 units. Then my 1 must be 2 units. And my CD, right? My CD must be what? My CD must be 3, right? 3 times, or 3. So 3 times 2 will be 6 units. So this will be 6 units. So I will need to measure. I will need to count the gaps and look for 6 gaps. So from here, this is a starting point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There'll be 6 gaps already. All right, so over here you have 4, right? 4 units. And then when you join using a ruler, how long is this line? That'll be 6 units. Right, so isn't that 2/3? Right, 2/3, 4/6, right? AB is 4/6 of the line CD, right? And 4/6 is also 2/3, same. Okay, then finally, what do? I join. Okay, that's my trapezium. All right, and after you complete your drawing, you will need to label the letters. So you have A, B, C, D. So there's a D here, and you will need to draw the arrowheads to show the 2 lines parallel, right? And I think that's done. So do I need to put the 4 unit, 6 unit? Not necessary. So this is your drawing with labels, right? So you draw and you label. Okay, let me just have a quick check to see whether is it correct. Yeah, it's correct on the answer key. Right, but the answer key doesn't show the arrowheads. So you will need to put the arrowheads on your drawing, right? If you look at the answer key, I don't think there's any arrowheads there. So you got to put the arrowheads to show they are parallel. Otherwise, you are minus marks. Okay, question 27. That's volume. The tank shown below will be filled to the brim, means all the way to the top, if 5 liters of water is added. So when you add 5 liters of water, what will happen? Then the water level will rise all the way to the top, And the red colored water that you see, that is your 5 liters of water. So what is the volume of water in the tank, right? And by the way, have you added the 5 liters of water yet? No, because of the word if. If means hasn't happened yet. So what is the water in the tank? What is the water in the tank over here? So you will need to do what? You will need to find the volume of the whole tank, right? What's the volume of the entire tank? Volume is the total water that the tank can contain. So you take length times breadth times height of the tank. Shortcut, 5 times 1 is 5. And 5 times 18, that would be 90. And you put the 2 zeros behind, that will be 9,000 cm cube. So the volume of the tank is 9,000 cm cube. So what is the water inside? So you take 9,000 cm cube and you throw back the 5 liters. All right, put back the 5 liters, which is 5,000. So before you can plus or minus, you will need to make sure the units are the same before you can plus and minus. So it means that there is 4,000 centimeter cube of water inside the tank, right? At the beginning, right? So 4,000 centimeter cube of water in the tank. And then if you pour, if means hasn't happened yet, but if you pour another 5 liters, what will happen? The tank will be totally filled to the brim. So your answer is 4,000 centimeter cube. Okay, question 28, we are coming to the end of the paper 1 soon already. There's a method here. So every time you see folding, what do? You unfold it, and that's what you see in the diagram. So when you unfold it, there is a line of symmetry, or there's a folding line. I call it the symmetry line. So the two triangles that you see are identical, mirror image. What is symmetry? It means the left and right, the two sides are identical. So because they're identical, can we find the area of the shaded part? So how do we do that? Well, to find the area of the shaded part, you can use a method called take away. Find the entire rectangle area, which is 70 times 30. Take away means you always have to find the entire area, right? Find the entire area and take away those parts that you don't want, those areas that you don't want, which is the two unshaded triangles. So how do you find the unshaded triangles? You have a 70 here. So can we what? Can we find the area of one triangle in over here? What's the area of this triangle? Which is a right angle triangle. And that's easy to find the area because it's a right angle. So half times base times height. And you will get 350 centimeters square. And this area is identical to the other triangle here. So which means that what is the total unshaded area? You just take 350 times 2. Because what's the lesson? When you fold something, you have two shapes that look exactly the same. So the unshaded area is 700 cm square. So what's the shaded part? You take the entire area and minus, take away, right? Take away the unshaded and you will get your shaded area, which is 1,400 centimeters square. So what's the method here? The method here is take away method. Okay, 1,400 centimeters square. And the answer is correct. Okay, let's go to question 29. And it looks a bit wordy. At the bakery, there were n strawberry cupcakes. The number of strawberry cupcakes was 3 times the chocolate cupcakes. And the durian cupcakes was 12 more than the chocolate cupcakes. So were there more strawberry than durian cupcakes? So how do we prove it? Now, when you see this question with 3 times and more than, what is the method that we can use? Model drawing, right? So we draw a model. So let's draw the model and see what happens. So I'm going to draw over here. Now, there were n strawberry cakes. All right, strawberry. The strawberry cakes was 3 times. So let's draw a rectangle. 3 times the chocolate. Okay, so when you draw a model, it is a visual, right? It's very visual. So which means that it's not, it will help you to be more clear, right? It will help you to see better, right? When there's something visual, you can actually break down the problem and see more clearly. So the strawberry cupcakes was 3 times the chocolate cupcakes, and the durian cupcakes was 12 more than the chocolate cupcakes. Now, the durian can be like this, which is more than the chocolate. It can also be even much longer. So we are not sure. Okay, we are not sure which one is that, right? So just take note, right? The durian can be less than the strawberry, or it can be more than the strawberry, but it definitely has to be more than the chocolate cupcakes. Agree? Okay, so there were more strawberry cupcakes than durian cupcakes, and I just told you already, we are not sure, not possible to tell. Why? Because why? Why not possible to tell? Because the durian cupcakes, like what I showed you just now, okay, it has to be more than the chocolate, right? Definitely must be more. So if I draw this way, then you will see that the durian is less than the strawberry. But if I draw this way, right? If I draw a bit much longer, then what happened? It will be more than the strawberry. So we are not sure whether the durian is less than the strawberry, or we are not sure whether the strawberry is more than the durian, or whether the strawberry is lesser than the durian. We are not sure. Okay, that's why not possible to tell. Okay, let's go to the next statement. The value of n is a multiple of 3. The value of n is a multiple of 3. So let's see whether you're right. Now, the strawberry, there were n strawberry cakes, right? Strawberry cupcakes. And the strawberry cupcakes was 3 times. 3 times means what? It means you can divide by 3, right? Right? If I want to find how many chocolate cupcakes, then I will have to divide by 3. For example, if n is what? If n is 9, okay, 9. Then what is the how many chocolate cupcakes are there? I must take 9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3, right? 9 divided by 3. Am I correct? Yeah. So you can see that the value of n, which is 9, isn't that a multiple of 3? Okay, let's have another one. How about 21? Maybe n is 21. So can 21 divide by 3? Yeah, 21 divided by 3, what will happen? There'll be 7 chocolate cupcakes. So again, your n is a multiple of 3. So what is a multiple of 3? It means that it can divide by 3. That's why it's 3 times. Okay, it's 3 times. So when you see something that's 3 times, then it is a multiple of 3. So answer is true, right? True. Okay, got it? Understand? 3 times means what? If I have 3 times as many as you, then I must be a multiple of 3, right? My number has to be able to divide by 3 because I have 3 times as many as you. If I have twice as many as you, then I am a multiple of 2 because I have 2 times as many as you. My number can divide by 2. That's why I am a multiple of 2. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go to last question, question 30. And well, this one is I think it's like a giveaway question because if you look at the table, right, there's a lot of bar graph, line graph, and this is a table. So how many girls choose red as the favorite color? So you can take the total and you minus 46 and minus 30 to get how many children choose red. So you take 150 minus 30 minus 46, you will have 74 children who choose red color. So how many girls choose red as their color? Then you take the children who choose red minus the boys who choose red. So you minus 25 and you will get 49 girls who choose red. And do I need to find this? Do I need to find the total number of boys and the girls? I don't have to. So what's my answer? My answer is 49, right? 49. Okay, so 49 girls choose red as their favorite color. Okay, and we are done. Okay, we are done with this paper 1 lesson, all right? So not exactly very hard. So you can see that this paper is, okay, it's a good revision. It really helps you to pull up your marks if your paper 2 is not very good, right? Because paper 2 is usually much harder. So paper 1 generally helps you to do better, right? So you need to score well, take advantage of paper 1 and try to do better in paper 1 so that you have a better score, right? Even if paper 2 is harder, but because you do better in paper 1, so you have a good pass, right? You will have a good pass. Okay, so we come to the end of the paper 1 lesson. So we will continue our paper 1 lesson on the next following Monday. All right, so I will see you, right? See you in the next Monday. And do remember to get your work done, get your paper 1 done first before you come online. All right, so see you and goodbye.